holidays have been extremely hard for all of us, so we just wanted to thank everyone for your thoughts and prayers and all your encouraging words. As we stand here today, we're remembering the life of a young and happy man. Scotty was such a loving soul who didn't know a stranger. He lived each day to the fullest. In every situation, he'd be the one to make sure everyone was happy and enjoying themselves. But who couldn't be happy and enjoying themselves around his goofy smile and contagious laugh? 29 years ago, Scotty was brought into this world at 10 pounds and 4 ounces. His mom knew that should have been her first indication that he would make her life a challenge. And that he did. With his baseball games, birthday parties, fishing trips, stock show, and his love for trucks, Suzanne and Tom had their hands full. Many years ago, I was blessed with a Triber family, a family full of love and laughter. Having a big brother is something every little girl dreamed about. At this time, not only did I receive a brother, but I received a small army of them. An army of brothers that never failed to make my childhood interesting. Scotty's friends are some of the greatest people I have ever met, a group of boys with a bond that could never be broken. From baseball games to fishing trips with Big Tom, to just cruising around town in that jacked up red F-150, Scotty and his friends always knew how to have a good time. Scotty was the baseball star back in the day. He was a natural. His mother and father were very proud of all he achieved. Suzanne and Tom attended every baseball game, rain or shine. Baseball was Scotty's passion, and any and every conversation had some sort of baseball reference in it. He believed one day he would hit it big in the baseball career, but unfortunately that never happened for the 6'5" goofball. Back in 2004, he did indeed hit it big, but in a different way. The Greater Helotes Little League baseball team did something only one other boys team in the area had ever done. They made it all the way to Maine in the Little League World Series. Oh boy, was that the highlight of his life. They ended the series 6th in the world, carrying their heads high with a memory that would last a lifetime. His love for baseball didn't end there. Many days were spent throwing the ball around in the street, getting very close to breaking a few windows. Thankfully, with those long strides and that lucky glove, there was not any evidence of those close encounters. Maybe a few gents in the neighbor's garage, but no one needs to know about those. Once the baseball days were over, Scotty spent most of the time soaking up the sun on the Port Aransas beach. There are so many memories I'm sure we all have from those crazy beach days. Every fishing trip became a competition on who could catch the most. And for the record, I always won, but him and Tom would never admit that. When it came to reeling in a big one, Scotty instantly became a coach. Reel, slower, faster, don't be a baby. I can hear it in my head now. I'll never forget the day that they took me on my first offshore fishing trip. I hooked what felt like a whale, and between the reeling and the waves, I almost went overboard. But Scotty and Kevin were more worried about me losing the fish and the fishing pole than me going overboard. After that long day, we were ready to head in. Scotty never wanted to sit. He insisted on standing on the side of the boat, holding on to that Texas flag sunshade. This time in particular, it wasn't a good idea. We took off, and before we knew it, Scotty was no longer on the boat. We quickly turned around asking him what happened, and he informed us that his sunglasses fell off his head. So he dove into 100-foot in shark-infested waters to save them. Somehow he did manage to save those faithful shades. For everyone who knew Scotty knows he would never be caught without those shades and his flat bill hat slightly cocked to the side. His shades and hat were only a small part of his unique wardrobe. His way of dressing up usually included a wrinkled long-sleeve shirt paired with shorts and flip-flops.
Scotty.
Talking about 10 sprays of cologne. I couldn't tell you how often I would tease him about what he wore, but Scotty swore he was a stud muffin that no lady could resist. Scotty thought very highly of himself, but he wasn't the only one. His cousins also did. They were some of his biggest fans. None of them really lived close, so they all looked forward to Thanksgiving, Christmas, summer, or any other school holidays when they could get together. On those holidays, Granny and Grandpa's house would be full of rambunctious boys and little Mel. Being the only girl for the longest time, Melanie would always be left out, but Scotty wouldn't let her be lonely long. Scotty would sit on the ground with her to play Barbie so she wouldn't have to play alone. As the years passed, they all grew older. Sorry, it's loud. They all grew older, and Granny Granny's house is no longer the only place they would get together. The cousins soon ventured to Dallas to tear up Aunt Carrie's house, Houston to give Uncle Rob a little more gray hair, and to surf the waves with Uncle Mike in California. There was never a dull moment in any of the Triber families. Scotty made such an impact on so many lives. Everyone standing here today is a reflection of that. These past 15 years have been some of the best days, with a big brother by my side. Scotty has shown me so many things and taught me so many lessons. After my parents called me and told me the news, I heard a song on the radio that I felt Scotty wanted me to hear. Brett Eldridge says, "Every man has his place in time. Everyone has a loved one they leave behind. Even though I'm not there with you, I'm watching from a distance, just wishing that you knew. I'll always hear the prayers in your head late at night. I'm walking by your side, or I'm walking right beside you and nobody's by your side. I don't want you to cry over my memories, so go on without me. I hope that it's my love that makes you feel that you can get back on your feet, because I swear you will. You've got so much of this life left to live. I'll be smiling at the thought of you just like I always did. From this day forward, I promise to keep living my life honoring yours. Whatever I do and wherever I go, I'm going to forever feel you in my heart. I hope to make you proud. And wherever you may be, I hope you know I'll always remember and love you. Today we celebrate the life you lived and every memory that you've left us with. Watch over us from heaven, and one day we'll meet again. As Kevin Hunt once said, don't catch them all before I get there."
Thank you very much.